What's the deal, gang? What up? How we doing? All right. If you're not in the YouTubes right now, we'll pay attention later. So we closed nicely bearish on the daily, but I think we closed above this area on a smaller time frame. A nice range here on the 4-hour, right? Sorry, I'm jumping into a breakdown because there's a possibility of pretty early entries, right? Range on the 4-hour. Let's drop down to the hourly. We have a nice range here. Bada bing, bada boom. So we're gonna skim through this kind of fast today. Yep. So we're bearish overall for the daily, right? So we're expecting a top wick and to come down, right? But the daily just opened, and that's not really a top wick I'd expect, right? Can it come down? Yes, we'll see an indication of that. But for now, we found a support here, and I think we're going to create a steeper top wick. And if we're going to create a steeper top wick, can we get some buys? How do we get buys? We get a reject off a support. Now we do have a support here, right? At 24.29.90 that we've established recently. Now, if we can just maintain that as a support, the 30's closed bullish. What's up? How can I help you, young lady? I love you too. What's up? What are you looking for? Your iPad? Huh? It smells like candy because I have a candle. It's this. Well, it's these two candies. It smells sweet in here. You want them? All right, stop turning my charger's on there, please. You want to sit? I don't know why it smells like a candle. Can you have those two? Both of them? All right, take the nerds. Just do me a favor, close the door to the office. Thank you. Love you. Shoo. I think if we are able to get some closures below 24.20, hey, 420, stop following me everywhere. Anyway, so if we get some closures below 2420, 990 here, we'll look for some sells, but they're gonna happen on the higher time frame, right? I think that's the 4-hour flip. So if we're able to flip within the next hourly candle and close below here on a small time frame, then we'll look for short positions. But overall, I think we're going to need to create a steeper top wick on a daily. And if this 4-hour closes bullish, weak bullish, but bullish, we'll look for some buys. I'll take that as a hold of support. But like this could play out quite a few ways, right? Because look, when this happens, when you squeeze like this from a bigger range to a smaller range to an even smaller range, the breakout tends to be pretty heavy. So you're gonna see this push heavy once you break out of this little tiny range where we are right now, right? Where from this little area as it starts to squeeze in, right? Because you had this range, you had this range, this, right? It slowly started squeezing to a smaller range. And typically from this area, you'll see a push. And there are a couple of areas you can take advantage of. You can take the push out of the range. You can push after it creates a resistance or support outside the range to come back. The fake out back in range. So let's see. This was a pretty decent closure on the previous hourly, even though it closed bearish. It closed, like I said, respecting this area. So I think there's a chance of us coming up here, and it's doing that right now. I wanted a bottom wick, a steeper bottom wick, but if we close, yeah, we're gonna need to get some bullish closures because this has a chance. This is highly likely to still flip here. We never came back to tap 2420 here, which is at the very least the level we drive off of. We'll see. For now, it's a pretty tight range. Look, we're printing side by side here. Let this market start moving. What up, Eddie Santos? What's the deal, fellas? Sorry, let me admit everyone else into the Zooms. I don't know if I like this level. I mean, it's kind of minor, and we'll see a drive off this area, but like this is clean range up and down here. We want to see indication of something. Yeah, I think this makes more sense to me. So we kind of rushed through that breakdown initially because I thought we had a chance of getting some buys off the bottom wick of the new hourly candle, but it didn't happen. Just started coming up. So now we have time to kind of chill and discuss. Give me 1 second, chat. What's the deal, gang? Sorry, I had to take that call. Hold on. Okay, and we're back. Alright. And we're still ranging. Bail. Expensive. 10 pips since market open is crazy. My point exactly. Why the lines at those prices? I've determined based on my experience and knowledge that that is where they should go according to my plan and how I trade. They're just levels we tend to drive off of on the higher time frame, whether we're above or below them. This is some small range on the 5. You already caught 17 pips? Yes, last night we already caught 17 pips. Anybody else smack buys this morning for 100 pips? No? Cool. Time is it? We have a 15 closure here in 1 minute. Hold on a second. Pace of Celtics starting up right now. We could drive up. Well, I'm going to see how this 15 closes because right now we're just printing side by side. We try to break out, not enough volume, right? If there was enough volume, we'd break out of this little range. But we are stuck in this shit like... we stuck on this shit like Velcro. That's what I was going to say. This looks like a little fake out if you close back, or you close back on the 5, huh? How's the 15? The 15 closed bullish. 30 might flip. That would be interesting. I don't like the fact that we closed bullish on the 15 and no bottom wick on the 5. It's like, almost, but not really. You can't just go off that. That's not enough. That's not convincing enough. A little, but not enough. Yo, I got a fucking mosquito bite on my back. Can't even scratch it. It's right in that middle part. The song, that's my jam. I'm just waiting for him to solve that bitch on stream. That shit's crazy. Take your time, Hank. About to, can you do it before we get in a position? Oh shit, it's getting close. I see it. Oh, he did it! He did it! He solved it live on two of them. Yo, that's crazy. Nice job. Good shit. Yeah, I can't do that shit, yo. I mean, I can, but it's gonna take me a long time. You know how I did it? I did it once by just following a YouTube tutorial. I wanted to impress somebody. I was like, here, I can do this shit. I did it. It's crazy. We haven't closed yet. We're just pumping up. We can flip bearish here. Damn. I don't know. How did the 5 close? Oh, the 5 closed above. Yeah, the 5 closed bullish. It's a little tough. Oh, let me turn down this music. Not that it's tough. I just don't have an edge here at the moment. I think this 15 can definitely flip bearish. And if we grabbed all these orders, like, we keep rejecting, staying below this area. Right, how's the hourly look? Yeah, and that would be the hourly flipping with the previous hourly closing there. It's a little difficult, I think. I think it's very interesting for an attempt to come down on the 4 hour, which I think it'll have to anyway. My issue is that 5 closed bullish above, right? We can create a bottom wick and drive up on the 5. But the 15, the 30. You know what? I think I might get in a position if we're able to come down here, but not on the flip of this 15, but on the break of the 30 low. Small raise, 12 pip advantage point. No, let's wait for this 30 to close. How long you been trading? 5 years, about almost 6 years. It's gonna be 6 years in August. Prop firm. Oh, for futures, I'm trying out Apex and Top Step. I'll let you know how the experience ends up going once I'm done with each one, and I'll let you know once where I'm trading my live account for futures. How's the new server coming along? I didn't start yet. How about that? Have you been trading gold futures? Yes, I'm trading futures right alongside my MT5, right alongside my Forex terminal. And I thought I'd be looking at the futures chart, but I'm not. I was wrong. I don't look at the futures chart. If I'm in a position on Forex in gold here, I don't look at the futures chart. I just look at the green and red button on the platform that says buy and sell. That's it. So I open the exact same position on futures, on gold futures, as I do on Forex. And it has no spread. Shit, we might actually come down. How long is the... Let's see. Seconds here for this 5. It's tough. What do you like better so far, Apex? I don't know. I haven't noticed the difference. I haven't even looked at their balances. I've just taken positions and closed them out when I would. All I've seen was, like I said, the green and the red button, the buy market and sell market buttons, and close market. And that's it. Once I reach my goals, I'll let you know if they pay, and that's it, or how long it takes to pay, or even if I even reach the goal. They just have different drawdown rules. All right, we're coming down here. That closed bearish, right? That 5. Tap support. Didn't close in range, back in range though. We might still come down, but I think we need to wait for this 30 closure here. It's possible because 30 closes like this, there's a chance, you know, you make that bottom wick and then come up. There's a chance you create a top wick, break this current 30 on the next one, and then come back down in range, and then the 4 hour you look for the fake out. And like, it's too many terminals to trade at the same time, so I'm just trading like I'm alternating. This morning I traded top step. I think tonight I'm gonna trade. It's kind of been like that lately. It's been like top step in the morning and like trade of 8 Apex in the evening. But I'm doing my, you know, I'm trading my Forex account. Like, that's my main live account, and like that's trading regardless. I never understood why people have a lot of screens, right? But like, and I still don't understand, like, if you're trading, like, why you need a lot of screens. But like, if you're doing, like, if you're trading, if you're streaming, if you're chatting, and if you're giving out positions also outside of that, right? And if you're trading on more than one platform, you need a lot of, like, I thought 2 screens was going to be enough for me. Then I got a third one, and I was like, 3, that's too many. But like, all right, 3 should be like perfect. I feel like I need like 5 for it to be ideal. I need at least 2 more screens. At the very least, just to make it as convenient as possible. Because I wouldn't have them like just trading terminals on there. Like, I would just have like shit that's just convenient to have on there, right? Like, we would have all of this, then like probably on top of here I'd have, like, instead of having the terminals condensed on one screen, I'd have them like on another screen, right? Porn always comes in handy. That would be all right here. You know what I mean? Just the shit we need. Shit we always need. We'd probably be running a little, well, actually no, never mind. I'm gonna say another cam. Some strippers in the background. We can't have any of that, chat. None of that. You guys, your mind's in the wrong place, chat. You guys. I like the cord on the other side, yeah. Black couch too. No, like, all jokes aside, I need 2 more screens. I only have 1 pair of eyes, yeah, but I know how to prioritize my eyes. And so I know what to look at first. Don't look to the left, don't look to the left, it's irrelevant. Alright, you can look now. Yeah, and like, I want to be able to pull up Discord and all this shit on the side. Why not? I can't. Discord's closed for me. Shit, I can't even see the people at the door here right now. There's people at the door. Here, I gotta like go through a set of options to get that on screen. So the 30 closed bullish here above the range. Will we come up? Will we come down? Will we do both? Celtics up 7 on the Pacers. The Celtics are about to sweep the Pacers and then get swept out of the finals. Porzingis is out. And they still giving Indiana buckets. Cause y'all thought I was gonna say something cute about the Celtics, huh? When you heard me say they're gonna sweep Indiana out. Y'all thought, oh, like, all right, yeah, he's saying the right thing. And then he said the Celtics gonna get swept. Fuck this guy. I'm unsubscribing. What made you switch to funded? I didn't switch to funded. I'm just switching to futures. And as I switch to futures, I'm trying out 2 funded platforms just to see how they are. So this way, forever after, I can just have knowledge on it and talk about it. But I'll be trading my live. Probably within the next month, I'll be trading my live futures account, and I'll be done with both these funds. It's just for an experience. And to see how I would handle it while trading my live account. Like, it's hard trading a couple of terminals at the same time. I don't know if you can, I don't think you can do that. You can't copy trade a futures and a Forex, right? Platform, like just that wouldn't make sense. You can? Futures and Forex? Like, can I copy trade? How would that work? Because it's like, yeah, like it wouldn't make sense. It's different pricing. It's just. But like what I'm saying is, I'm trading my Forex account regardless, and I'm gonna trade my futures account regardless, right? It's easier if you trade directly on trade. No, I tried that. It's not easier because then I have to keep my chart on the futures chart, right? And if you look at the futures chart right here, it's not as pretty as, like, there's gaps everywhere. Like, look, there's gaps at every candle. If you look, this candle gap, This candle gapped right here. This candle gapped. There's a gap. Look, this shit came down from here, but the closure was right there. Like, you know what I mean? There's a gap on every candle on futures. So like it's a cleaner chart. So it would be tough, right? I can't. I would be looking at a futures chart. I'd be looking at this forex chart, but not being able to trade unless I turn on the futures chart. Oof. Can we reject? Can we reject? Hit me. Oh man. Are you on the wrong contract for futures? No. Not on the wrong contract. It just gaps everywhere. That reminds me. I bought like an extra subscription on TradingView here for futures, and I'm not using it. I gotta cancel it. Look at MGC. MGC, that's just a micro. Right? But if I'm trading futures, I'm not trading on the micros. How come we cannot see your entry and exit points if you're shorting or buying first time here? You can. I just haven't shorted or bought anything yet. These buys place 17, that's from yesterday. You have a 250K Apex, you're trading 7 contracts, right? No, I'm trading 4. I'm trading 4. Somebody told me you can't take pineapples either, but I've taken pineapples on it. Like, we're breaking the lows here on the 30. This is interesting. Right? Did the 30 flip? 30 didn't flip. The 15's about to break the previous 15 low. Chat. I want the 30 to flip here. And that would flip the hourly. The 5 is just gonna pop. Chat, I'm gonna take a sell right here. I just took a sell. You're gonna hear it too.
Order filled.
Boom. I like that we flipped on the hourly here. Give me 1 sec. Okay, that's entry. Stops will be obviously much smaller than this, but for now, this is where I'm gonna set them. So I expect us to at least tap the bottom of the range, which is roughly a 12 pip advantage point, right, before I make a decision. since the hourly flipped. But if we start coming back up and we start closing above the range, then we'll look to manage off the 4 hour. But for now, I'm expecting the bottom of the range at the very least, and then we'll make a decision on what we want to do. Okay. Yeah, now it completely broke the lows. All right, come down here. That's not a lot. That's only like 6 pips for me. 5 pips. That's tough. That could be the bottom wick for us to load up. Let's see if we are able to close below. A strong push. Let's see if it was really going to drive the hourly. I think would have stayed bearish. Oh, hold on a second, chat. Yeah, no, I saw about 6 or 7, but it was too quick and there was nothing to manage there. But I don't like how that came down. It's like you want it to continue driving. You don't want it to pop back up. Like that was almost our advantage point. Let's see. This is advantage point 2420.4. Oh, the 5 closed below. So that's good. All right, so the 5 closed back in range below our 2420 level. I'm sorry, 2421 level. Let's see what happens. Can this be the top wick for the 5 to come back down and fill the wick and continue the hourly bearish? Or will we come up and close bullish? Holy. It looked like a lot, right? I think it's because we were zoomed in. It wasn't a lot. It was like, yeah, 9 pips, but with spread. Like you figure around 7. 2 minutes till the closure of this candle. You want it to close below 24.22. If it starts coming up, chance it flips, and if that starts flipping, then we might manage risk sooner than expected. We'll see. We'll see. Anybody get a chance to close? Anybody got a chance to actually manage risk over there at the bottom? I don't think so. I think it moved too quickly. Even if one tried to close, would have been slipped. Yes, it's a possibility. Too speedy Gonzalez for me to do so. You officially got the best thumbnails in the industry. Thank you. So, I don't know. We got 30 seconds here for this 15 to close. It'd be nice if this 4-hour can flip on our watch, right? That is technically our advantage point. That flip break of the lows. Once it does that, that's when you're house money. But see, that's your 10 pips. Yeah, no cigar just yet. So the 15 closed here. The tough part is we are opening with a bottom wick first. That's tough. I mean, every time we've came down and respected 824.22, right? Even here to the left, we've been able to come down and fill the range down. So now we've come down back in range. We have volume time, right? The 5 respected, stayed below. We should fill the range. And fill the range would be the 4-hour flip. I just don't know if we've created enough of a top wick on the daily. Kind of forced here to see the 4-hour through. Look at the futures chart. We came down further than Forex by a lot. Did we? Did I have a chance to close? No, I didn't. I'm down. I'm only down 2 pips on the futures chart. I'm break even basically. $15 created a top wick. Can we get to the bottom of the range? What futures contract are you on? GCM4. Alright, gang. Here's what I'm gonna do here. As this 5 closes, it's gonna close bullish. We might drop. It might come down here. I want to see how this 5 closes. Imagine I close and then the 4-hour flips. And there's a chance of that happening. I wanted to see how this 5 closes in 30 seconds. And if we were going to close bullish, I would close the position. Yeah, we're not trying. Chat, I'm going to... And then as soon as I say that, it comes down bearish. 10. I want this 5 to close bearish. If it closes bullish, I'm just going to close the position. All right, it's coming down, closing bearish. Can we come down? Okay. Hello. Shit's not moving. No, I didn't close. I said if it comes down, it closes bearish. I haven't closed anything yet. You'll hear it. You'll hear me close, but if the 5 closed bullish, I was gonna close, but I didn't close. I was contemplating if that 5 closed bullish. I was just gonna close before the 4-hour. You know what, gang? I'm gonna go break even here, and if this shit hits break even, because I'm gonna wait for the 4-hour closure. Like, I don't know why we're not driving, and I'll let you know as soon as it takes me out. So my issue here is if it takes us out, I think it'll come up for the 4-hour to close bullish, right? And if that happens, then the next 4-hour we're looking to come up. I'm up about 4 pips here. All right. I haven't closed anything. I'm just break even. I haven't closed a single position. I think 24.20, another 8 pips. Nice. Alright. Come on. Alright, yeah, I'm gonna close half here at 11. I closed half at 11. Let's see if this runner can come down. It's struggling. There's a small minor support over there. And it's just, we can see some play here and come back up to close bullish on the on the 4 hour. We did break that low, right? And we technically have the hourly flip. So if we come up and tap our stops, the hourly flips bullish. There's 5 minutes here. You'd want this to drive down a bit because you want to survive the top wick on the next hourly. See, the 4 hour flipped and didn't drive, and that's a strong indication. Either you get a bottom wick on the next 4 hour to come back up and drive, or the next hourly top wick will take us out. Let's see. Ooh, beautiful. Coming down, coming down. I'm actually gonna close the futures position right there.
Order filled.
And that's gonna be, that came out to exactly 10 pips on the futures. I don't know why. Maybe I had a later entry. Yeah. So, I mean, congrats everybody. Got a W this morning. I mean, we're not out of this trade yet, right? And we might have more positions if this takes us out, if the runner here hits BE, but we got 3 minutes till the hourly closure, and we want this to push now. If it doesn't push now, the top wick on the next hourly will take us out. But at this point, it's house money, gang. There's no risk on the table. At the very least, it should be house money. Because you don't want this to reject here, break the highs, and then the 4 hour closes bullish in 2 minutes. And you're coming up the other way while thinking you were filling the 4 hour wick. Or the daily wick, right? Look at the daily wick we have to fill. We have a pretty decent entry if this decides to run. I just have my doubts at the moment. Am I looking for a re-entry? Not at the moment. Maybe if we get taken out here before the hourly closes. But if the hourly closes, then no. You know what, chat? I'm just going to take off another quarter of my position here. So I've taken off 75% total here at both same closure as I had before, 11. This way, I'm just like, I feel better. Now if it's just, I just secured a little more profits. And if the runner runs, it runs. It's going to be, you know, a 90 pip runner. If it doesn't run, I've secured 75% of my position here at 11 pips. And once again, we are in the top 2% of all traders worldwide, galaxy-wide. I mean, congrats everybody. Still running. You know what though? If this shit closes with no bottom wick though, we might be just closing the position fully. Yeah, congratulations. Win number 132 on the year. Pushing.
We got a runner.
Chat, drop a like if you enjoyed that trade. It's up to the channel. And turn on your notifications. This way you know when we're on. And go follow the IG. Follow the IG. Please do yourself a favor. Help yourself in some kind of way. Nah, I mean, why is these spreads at 3.5 right now? Oh, there we go. All right. This 11 pips was like 100 pips. Painful. Yeah, because it's not moving. It was just standing in one spot. We closed barely a bottom wick here. I'm going to look for it to push off the rip. And you know what? I'm going to close full right here at 18 pips. Boom. Closed. All right. 18 pips secured. And we are coming back up. Perfect closure. Look at that. And the only reason we secured there was because we reached the support, number one. And number two, actually, I'd say number one is the fact that we had no bottom wick on the previous candle. And number two is that we've tapped that support and we closed. So, yeah. Congrats to everybody. 18, well, 17.5 pips. Oh, these were sub. We already had, look, 17 pips. No, this was full closure. Let's update. Let's update and soak in the winnings. How cringe. Like, I feel cringy updating this record. Like, this like validates to me that I'm winning. Like, fuck this record, yo. I swear, this record shit has, like, in my head has become cringe. At this point, people know who trades, who doesn't. All right. Anybody learn anything over there? Any questions? What's the streak right now? So we ended our last streak at 31 straight. We won 31 in a row, and then we had a loss. And since then, we have won 8 in a row now. So we have one loss since March 3rd. That's almost 3 months. One loss in the last 3 months. I question this thumbnail. You should laugh at this thumbnail. Analysis that win. Sure. What do you look for when placing trades based off the 4-hour flip? I never base trades off of candle flip. A candle flip can be an entry based on a different breakdown completely, but like, it has nothing to do with a flip of the candle as the reason for taking a trade. The reason for having an entry in that place can be the candle flip, but the reason for the trade itself and the breakdown and the setup should be completely different, separate of that, independent of that. But like that was a perfect closure. I closed fucking tip. Call me TIP. How close you were to BE? About a pip. With spread, about a pip. We win again. Flawless victory. We on X Games mode. True. Kiru. That closed weak, bearish. A 4 hour. So the daily just needed a steeper top wick. What do we talk about? 4 hour flipping, not driving, because the daily most likely needs a steeper top wick. And that's exactly the logic I want you to be able to learn. Not to learn, oh, like, oh, that's how it's done. I want you to be able to naturally start analyzing in that way. Naturally have the thought process of it's doing this, what has it done, how has it previously behaved when it's done that, where is my edge here, where is it going, if it's going there, where can I take advantage of it based on my knowledge of the candles and time frames and levels, where can I jump in, right? Now if I know how the 8 and the 9 candle interact, can I also plug that in when they close a certain way, right? Just you have to start following logic. What event thing have turned around your trading journey to consistently successful trades? There's no single event. It's a slow process to get here. You slowly build your skill. This is the way you build your account, the way you build your seniority at an organization, right? Or whatever your stature. I don't know. The way you slowly build muscles in the gym, right? It takes time, you know. You can't lift the entire rack when you just start going to the gym. And you have to realize, you have to look at that whole rack and be like, this is going to be a long process because where I'm at is right here and I got to go plate by plate by plate. Can't skip no plates, right? And the same thing here. You're going to go level by level by level in order to put mechanisms in place that'll keep you at that level and not set you back, right? You don't want to go 2 steps forward, 5 steps back, right? So you want to have mechanisms in place every time you go forward that now when you reach a certain level, you don't go backwards, right? And that only happens when you grind and when you build yourself, not when it's given to you, right? That's the benefits of grinding because it's built for the long term. When it's given to you, those mechanisms are not in place. You're not even aware that those mechanisms exist or that you need them in place because you haven't gone through the struggle and haven't come to the realization that those need to be there in order for you to be at this level, right? That's where funding fails you, right? You need to grind in order to have those things slowly go into place and make sure those things will make sure that you never go backwards. How do you determine strong versus weak support? Well, when support, be supporting. When it's not about support, it's about levels that you drive off of. That's what you should focus in, not where the market stops. And you should focus on higher time frames, especially when a level coincides with every time frame, right? When the level just lines up, when the 5 and the 15 and the 30 and the 1 all line up at one area. When you see a strong rejection, right? Because the 5 will slowly, eventually will turn into a 15 and a 30. Eventually that hourly closure is a 5-minute closure as well, right? So typically where all those levels line up, which means the higher time frame closures. Because on the higher time frame closures, everything below it lines up. The music went off.
No, it's just got enough respect for me to understand that when I'm, wisdoming, it needs to shut the fuck up and let me talk, right? The music got enough brain to understand these things. All right, you can play again. Louder music. That's what I'm talking about. How is there less than 400 people here right now? We just fucking took a W. We took one loss in the last 3 months. Do yous not want to make money? Damn, half of YouTube. Nah, I think I'm just gonna go play Fortnite. Later. It's because we part of the 2%. The 2% is a lot bigger than this. These pip and dippers make you sick to your stomach. Or I'm about to go to the backyard and do some pip flips. Some pip flips on my skateboard. You saw me doing a pip flip in the thumbnail? You saw me do a pip flip right here on stream? Bougie's out. You look like you were knocked out. I don't mind taking more positions. We just need to set up. Like, this isn't too pretty. But damn, we get this 15 or 30 closure back up. I think we're driving up. We'll see. Hey, I'm new to streams. What's your strategy? I would like to learn. Then to show up here for the next few months. Every day for the next few months. Same time, same place. Same pair. Same unk. Gotta show up. Gotta show up. Most of what I'm doing is just, it's knowledge guided by experience. That's it. Be logical, learn the lingo, learn the candles, fall in line, or fall in line. Just get in tune with what we're doing and show up every day. Oh yeah, Hank, you think we're about to see that? It can re-break the low. I'm just like, I'm not convinced at this point. We've tried numerous times, up, down, here, you know. I want to see it push somewhere. Push, close with wicks, and then give us more wicks. Talk about the highs. Yeah, I see that happening. As long as this 15 and 40 seconds closes above, you might not see a bottom wick, right? Because this is technically now. Like, this is the liquidity grab. This push down, bounce off, back up over. I think you might have to close over this most recent area as well. 22.25. Right here. I typically, when you see that kind of closure back up in range on the fake out, it might not give you a bottom wick here. It might drive straight up. I just don't trust it off the 15 here. The 30 is still open. 30 might push back down after grabbing a top wick. But the 15 closed right there. See, it didn't close above the most recent, but closed above that overall level. Yeah, see, no wick. No wick! Always a play for the trade we took on stream, jotting it down in my notebook. Just want to make sure I label it core for studying and back testing. We just took a fake out back in range. Expecting the 4 hour to flip and the hour to flip, right? So the hourly flipped, we faked out back in range, and that was it. My entry was the rebreak of the low on the hourly. We could have had it on the 5 or the 15, but it wasn't the rebreak of the low, it was a break of the previous candle low on those. Right, the smaller time frames. Oops, the smaller time frames give you a closure above, closure back in range. That's your fake out. Right, top wick, the hourly flips. And we were expecting the 4 hour to flip as well, which it did. It just did not drive. And once it closed with no bottom wick here, we closed out at the tip of the wick. How did I know that tip of the wick is there? I didn't, but I just saw the support here, and I figured if we're going to reject, it's either here, or it's here. So the first area I figured it could reject is where I closed it, and that's where it rejected. Just noticed that you took GJ out the title. Yeah, it's been a little while. A couple of weeks. Just the push. Congrats, 25.1K. I'm trying to get to 100. That's the only congrats I think is deserved. 100K. If you get 100K subs, then did you get in there, Hank? On the rebreak of the highs? What was that, sign language? I don't know what you said. But you were looking, I know, at the rebreak of the highs on the hourly here. Waiting on futures to break the highs? I think it just did. Well, either way, that closure back up in range. That's a decent entry. I just... If this doesn't exist, I think we're in there off the rip. If this little area here doesn't exist, right? If this was a clean range here. I think we might have been in there off the rip. 100K coming soon. Appreciate you, bro. I hope so. Once you hit 100K, I'll personally fly out and hand deliver 100 pounds per. By the time that shit happens, you're gonna forget I exist, bro. It's gonna be about another 2 years. 100K? Yeah, I think at least another 2 years, at the very least. Maybe 3. You were counting pips till activated? I got you. I was like, what's he trying to tell me? You see? He a Freemason. I know it. He throwing signs at me. He throwing Freemason signs at me. Damn, uses some loyal ones. All the 386 of you. We've gone nowhere. The market hasn't really pushed in any direction. It's kind of printed side by side here on the hourly. But the 30 has 9 minutes left. Let's see if we could start pushing now. Can we drive in? You know, look at this range to the left here. This is just clean, right? This is all clean traffic. And since this is all clean traffic, can we start pushing up there in the next 8 minutes? Got 7 months watching Devious, 1.7% away from first evaluation. Good shit, Don Julio. You need some shorts of your wins? Yes. I haven't been busy with anything yet. I have like a bunch of shit that I'm doing elsewhere, and I haven't been really focusing on all the Forex shit I need to get done, or all the trading shit I need to get done. Like Discord, like the shorts, the vlog, all of that, no content. What's the reason the day in the US is longer? Bruh. Unless you live off planet, you got the same 24 hours that I do. Mars? Nah. On Mars, it's a soul. It's not a day. It's called a soul. Right, but he asked for days. Can you analyze NASDAQ?
How about no?
Shut the fuck up. You're acting like you didn't learn that from The Martian. I did not learn that from The Martian. I knew it was a soul. I don't know if you guys heard me talk about this the other day, but like that's my shit. I always like, that's what I listen to and like what I like watching, like shit about physics and shit about like time travel and other planets and you know, and shit about theories and Einstein's theory of relativity and quantum physics, quantum mechanics, all that fun stuff, right? So I knew that it's called a soul. Like, I'm cultured. I'm well read. God, this started that off like it's a motivational speech. That's just my vibe, bro. That's what I do. We got the same 24 hours. You like Corvette? No. That's a negative. I'm glad I'm on futures, though. I would have been tapped in. Yeah, I'm glad you're on futures too. I was a major dick today. Yeah, happens. My friend's son, 22 years old, physics teacher. That shit doesn't impress me. Yo, I know 7th graders right now that can teach a college course on physics, on chemistry. You, like, kids will learn what they want to learn online, and shit they don't find interesting, they'll ignore it everywhere. In school, everywhere. But the shit they want to learn, they're going to go and look it up, and there's plenty of kids that are so fucking interested in that shit that, like, 22 years old is nothing. There should be, like, 12-year-old college teachers, college professors. Uh-oh. Hold on a second, chat. I just got a 911 call from the other room. Hold on, gang. physics, was a physics student. You know what's funny? I failed physics in high school. I failed physics in high school. I have no idea why I took it in high school. I was not interested in physics in high school. When I took physics, I thought it meant like physical education. When they said physics, I was like, give me the ball. Where's the basketball? Wilson! I was over there yelling for Wilson like the shit was Castaway. Bring me the volleyball. There was like, no, physics. Barely passed, nah. I failed that shit. Pushing it, push. Well, it didn't close above here on the 30. Hourly, ooh, 2 hour. And we have that bottom wick. This might head straight down. How interesting. Straight down, straight to jail. Music major, fuck that. What'd you play? The flute? The trombone? One time in band camp, I stuck up my yeah, that movie is goated. Yeah, you guys seen American Pie? That shit was funny. Past cooking class? Me too. You know what I cooked? Rice Krispies. Why he do his dog like that? Damn, so this shit is just gonna fill the range down and then come back up. Really? Is that the plan here now? What's the range? What if we take a sell here now? How much? Alright. Oh, well, there goes that. It's not bad. Surfing Sun, enjoy the EU. As I was placing a sell stop. Yeah, I thought about it for a second and I'm like, yeah, like by the time I go back there, it's not even gonna be. We had to enter like off the rip when that candle closed bullish for a sell. Don't ask me why. Alright, ask me why. Closed below, back in range. 15 faked out, 30 close respecting resistance, 5 close below. You're expecting just to push down. That's the entry off the rip. Now, advantage point gone. But these are more experienced than like any trades here is, I'd say, for a more experienced trader. There's a lot more nuances involved. So not experienced in terms of like a better trader, just experienced like you would need time in the markets to see different cycles, the way the market moves in different phases, right? Different times, and to recognize where you can have an edge here. Overall, this isn't the best place to trade. Candles are printing side by side. Like you guys see, like this is the session. Look at this. This is Asian session. You want it to be like this, right? Or like this. Like this is what you want. You want this shit. That's not to say that, like, if you spend enough time watching shit range, you won't recognize where opportunities lie. Look for opportunities and you're gonna find them. People at the door. Come on in. Damn. That was as sudden as you could sound. It's a nice 5. See, like, look at the higher time frame. Right, if we run a resistance across here, right, this is what we're doing. Every time we're below this area, we fill the range down. We fill it all the way up. We fill it all the way down. We fill it all the way up. We tap. We're gonna fill this down. It's just, is it a matter of doing this or is it just this, right? It's gonna come down. So if you have the nerve, the time, right, and the experience to realize that you can just sit here and, you know, just sell to the bottom of the range. Eventually you're gonna get your pips, now or later. This would be a lovely closure on the 15, and then the next 15 to break the high here. Give us a top wick for this previous 15, this current one. That would be lovely. Mad rejections, mad risky to buy. There's no buys here. If anything, there's just sells to the bottom of the range that we were just talking about. Is that the 5 flip? That's the 5 flip. I'd rather, just to be honest with you, rather wait for that 15 closure. The 15 close, if it fills the range here, great. This is a nice top wick on the 5 and come up. But I think on the 15, you're able to now, because right now this 15 still hasn't closed, right? So you could flip at any moment. You can tap a support and flip. But remember what I said. With the way the 30 closed here, you're going to drive down typically to the bottom of the range. That's the support you're going to tap and then start coming back up. And there's a high chance this happens here, right? But remember what's happening then at that point. As you tap that support and start coming back up, you are now creating a range and a wick to fill, right? You're now creating that, oh, sorry, wrong color. You're creating that bottom wick. So even if we do come down here and ride all the way back up, we're going to have this area here for a wick. And if that's a wick, and we don't flip bullish to come up and close above here, the next hourly will probably give you a better position than any 5-minute here could. Unless this drives through, and then that's the chance you're taking. It's, you know, not getting in there. But if it doesn't, right, you're going to have optimal position on the next hourly. If it doesn't fill the range, great. Then you'll take advantage of the initial push. You won't be in there unless this gives you a bottom wick, and that's that. Ooh, we're breaking the low here. Interesting. It's a strong level too. Let's see, maybe the 15, maybe the 30 will give us a better entry than just that 5 flip. Maybe it'll do something else and help us avoid a bad entry, you know what I mean? On the train watching from my phone harder than I thought. Imagine doing that on the highway while you're driving, not the conductor, in reverse. Triple digit speeds. In the express lane. While trading with your terminal open and calling out signals. Imagine. Five leg candle. I wouldn't pay attention to the 5 leg candle too much. It's only a 5. Shit might drop. It might not. 3 minutes here for this 15 to close. Hope this could flip bullish and come back down. What a lovely sight it would be. Are you your kid's bus driver? Yeah, I'm not big on sitting passenger. Like, I don't do shut. Like, if we're going somewhere, I'm driving. Cruise? Hey, Captain Wicks in the house. I gotta take the helm. Going down with the ship. I gotta drive. I can't. I'm claustrophobic. I can't sit in the back. Like, what? I'll cancel a trip over some shit. Word. El Capitan. Word. Yous don't understand. Like, I gotta be the one in charge of the speed. Like, how fast we go has to depend on me. Damn, that W feels like the shit was like 3 streams ago. Best thing to do after a joint, take captaincy of a 747. I flew a 747 once on Microsoft's flight simulator. That shit is hard. It's not easy.
It's not easy. There's a lot of shit to know. 30 seconds here for this 15 closure. Can the next 15 give us a top wick? Damn, that's a tough closure. For 21, so we don't necessarily need to. $24, $21, $220. I think right here as we tap this area, so the 30 will have a chance to flip bullish, right? Which the hourly's already bullish. 30 will have a chance to flip bullish here. But this is a perfect area. If you look across here, see this resistance here where we drove down from before? We're tapping that on a top wick here on the 15. And if we can flip here after tapping that on the 15, we might have a chance to fill the range down. But that's on the off chance that the 30 doesn't flip here bullish and drive up. You want it to flip bullish, right? Look at the 30, it's going to flip bullish. Now we have a top wick, or we're creating that top wick for the previous 15 that didn't have one. So on the off chance it should come up, but on the off chance that it doesn't, we'll look for sells. Yeah, there's that bullish hourly. Bullish 30, I'm sorry, the flip. Wicks, you can't let your talent get wasted, bro. You have a comedy stand-up career you need to pursue. I don't know if they pay that well. I would do movies, yeah. Chat, if you know anybody in Hollywood, like right now, let me know. Like if you're a Hollywood producer who just dabbles in Forex and futures on a random Tuesday night, I can see Wicks in The Sopranos. No. Are you going to party with Diddy? No. I'm at the break-even stage with the DV strat. Any advice? Preserve capital while you figure it out.
my trading for my 9 to 5, I just used to trade all the time, right? On my way to work, on my way home, at work, on the side of the highway, right? Like at the store, at the game, everywhere. I just used to trade everywhere. It's just like you cut dumb shit out of your life, you know, over time. Some people do it quicker than others. Some people adjust slower and waste more capital, spend more capital. But, you know, I always say this, you gotta get sick and tired of your own shit. Down 40 pips, got out of break even. Good shit. Stood on business. Let the music play. Sure. Because for me, I find out mostly my loss when I trade in 9 to 5. For example, like I entered a trade when 30 minute went out perfect setup, but then I looked at 4 hour and noted that, oh wow, so what? Maybe it wasn't perfect setup. I don't think it has to do with like that. You just, maybe you're spread thin and like, yeah, you don't have enough time, but you need to prioritize. At some point, there needs to be 2 hours in a day where you have to prioritize this over everything else. This needs your full undivided attention and the cleanest, clearest mindset to approach the markets with. You need that environment for 2 hours a day where this is priority over everything. And this is where your focus is. You get 2 hours a day during a volume session like the Asian, the London, or the New York session, like the peak of the sessions, right? You'll be just fine after some time, some months. Will you ever mentor people? Yes. Absolutely. One-on-one, live and life coaching, all part of the plan, all in the near future. Communication, connections, all good stuff, like all of that. All in the near future, but it's got to be done right. It's got to have value to you. Just like everyone does it for a money grab, and I'm not trying to have a money grab. I'm trying to have all of yous eventually. You know, the goal is to have every single one of you, you know, look at the rear view mirror and see poverty just going, come back, and you going, fuck you, right? That's what I wanted every single one of you to do. But if I can get as many people eating as possible, right? We rise by lifting others, chat. Are we all gonna make it? Absolutely fucking not. But we are sure as hell gonna try. Wix, you interested at NZD news?
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Tired of being broke? Well, tired. You need to get tired of the shit that's keeping you broke. Stop doing that shit that has the result of broke. Do the shit that has the result of wealth. Spent 10,000 this last year and trade, never made a penny. Mentor me. You need to like help yourself first. You guys need to really help yourself. You show up, but you don't practice anything that's preached here. If you're not finding value besides just following my position, I mean, great, but then you can't complain when there's, you know, when you're still in the same position, stuck or not stuck, or willingly, right? Stuck willingly or unwillingly in the same position years later. Like, you can't complain. Like, that's your fault. And if you make it out of poverty and become wealthy beyond belief, bruh, that's your fault that shit happened. Like, how could you? You know what I mean? Like, I'm not the reason. Like, you ain't even gonna say it. You're never gonna give credit. You're gonna be like, yeah, I fucking came up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm the shit now. And great, you're gonna have the right to do that. But just like you have the right to do that, and it's your fault when you came up, it's your fault that you're struggling. Or risking your problem. Shit. Like, alright? You sick and tired of your own shit yet? No. Then keep over risking. Live streams on the mentorship. There is not a single mentorship that in the industry that is better than this live stream. Put some respect on it. Not a single mentorship anywhere in this industry, anywhere in the Forex game, that is better than this fucking stream. Stand by that. But the value, yeah, the whole, like I said, the idea is for you to help yourself, right? Like, you should be coming in here with the mindset, oh, I gotta help myself get better, help myself feed my family, help myself to that next level, right? And that's why, like, the community here is part of that value that you can utilize to help yourself. Use every tool at your disposal, whatever you gotta do. For my situation, my work as a chef, all right, never mind, bro, cool story, bro. It doesn't matter. Nobody gives a shit. Nobody cares about your problems. Nobody cares about what you got to do. Like, it's not any harder than the next man. It's like everybody thinks their situation is special, and it's unique to you, but it's not fucking special. Like, cool story, you know what I mean? Great. I'm glad you got your complaint out the way. Now stop being a bitch and figure it out, to figure out when you can prioritize this. Take the risk, or take that hit that you're going to take on the other end of prioritizing this over something else, right? Wherever you're going to take that hit, take it, absorb it. Because like people don't want to hear an excuse, right? They want to hear a reason for why they got something done, or how they were able to get something done. They want to see an example of shit being done. They don't want to hear an excuse of why it didn't get done. Nobody gives a shit about your problems. Never tell anybody your problems. 80% of people don't care, and the other 20 are glad you have those problems. So I've told you guys this before. Try, like, and you ever like hang out with people? You never hang out with people that are constantly complaining or giving problems, like, right? I've learned that along the way. Like, when I used to have issues, like, people don't want to hang out with me. And then, like, if I have issues, I don't even say I'm great. I'm always great. Like, you guys will never see me complain about it. Like, I'm great, right? I could be going through the, like, wildest shit, but, like, you guys only see the, right? You don't see my behind the scenes, right? You see my highlight reel, and, like, always great. And that's you know, that attracts people, that attracts business, that attracts associations, conversations. And it goes a long way towards, you know, building connections, because people want to be part of the positivity. They want to be part of the come up. They don't want to be part of the issue. So when you say you got your issue, do you think somebody on the other end that's listening to you is sitting there going like, oh man, let me help him solve that issue? No, fuck no. They're going, thank God he's going through that shit and I'm not. Or thank God it's him. Or they're like, thank God he's also going through that shit just like me. Right? They're not looking out. So instead of complaining, waste that energy on trying to solve your issue and solve your problem. Right? True, keep that shit to yourself. Not in that sense, but like in the sense, yeah, you have to. Like, if you can't keep it to yourself, like, you're not gonna make it here on the charts. Like, there's a lot of internal, you know, there are many internal processes going on in trading where, like, it's your mindset, your relationship with money. Those are internal things, right? And you have to win the internal battle. And that means, a lot of the times, that means you figuring shit out on your own, not complaining and not looking for advice and not looking for guidance, but figuring it out on your own, right? Don't be a little bitch, moral of the story. Yeah, and stop fucking asking me to put subtitles. You know, it's always women that ask me to put subtitles on this shit, because y'all never fucking listen. I'm just kidding, women. I'm kidding. It's a fucking joke. It's like, it's getting late. It's 10 p.m. Can I get a woman that's in the chat here to side with me? Be like, nah, he right. I never listen. I need subtitles. Man, I wish every argument I get into with women came with subtitles. Just floating letters. I'm ignoring you. When I'm asking when you watch Don every New York session, why do you say, is it more for education? Not really. I show up to support, but I haven't been on Don's stream in a little while. I gotta get back. Like, I'll show up. I haven't been there in a couple of weeks. Especially like since the clubhouse has been really popping, there's a lot of discussion there. So like, I kick it with the clubhouse gang, and it's not against, nothing against Don. It's just like, if I'm not speaking, I'm not providing value, right? I don't want to just sit there, and then the clubhouse, I'm constantly discussing my ideas and throwing them out there, and I always get better when I discuss my ideas. I'm just a better trader. when I get to, you know, shoot the shit and, you know, air it out, when I get to air out my ideas. So it's not that like there's nothing wrong with it. It's just since I can't, you know, voice my ideas there, I voice them in the clubhouse. So I don't really, it's hard to be there and be on a stream, right? But our foundation, like for what we do, is you know, is based in the same principles. So a lot of stuff we discuss and look at is very similar. But there have been times he takes sells, I take buys, or vice versa. We both win, right? A lot of times we take very similar positions. I don't know. There have been times where we've taken, you know, very similar positions to each other. But like plenty of, not have been times. There's plenty of times. So. I mean, it's 10 p.m. We've closed the hourly. We keep closing side by side. This is lovely that we're finally driving up. I think we might find direction here as we start closing above the range. Remember we discussed 24 here? That, remember we spoke how this is all clean. This is just clean drives to the left here. Right? See all that every time. So it might, it might push here, but once you get a closure, you might want to look for positions to come up. You just not getting a closure, just gonna come up. But yeah, I think I'm gonna hang out here for another 5-10 minutes, see this 15 through, see if we can actually close and take advantage of some buys here to close out the Asian session. But if not, I mean, it's okay. We'll be right back at it in less than 22 hours, 23 hours, 22. So you trade both Asia and New York? Yes, I trade New York live on YouTube whenever Don Vo has a day off or takes a day off, or like when I'm covering his stream, or otherwise I trade it live every day with the gang in the clubhouse. Right? Part of the gang, just chilling over here. What's up, y'all? Baby Hank out in full force here.
What up, dude?
Face reveal for Baby Hank.
We had a quick one way back in like February.
Oh, quick
That
face
was
reveal.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the futures chart. The
Dude, I know.
drive up isn't as high.
But also that high.
It's close enough.
25
Like
levels.
it's similar. It's close enough for me to be like, yeah, I'm just gonna trade it off the Forex chart.
Dude, I wanted to take the rebreak of the high, but we didn't get an hour, or didn't get a bottom wick on the hour. But I mean, it's the same concept.
Yeah, but
We
then
made a
you
new
would be
low.
sweating buckets because it came down, broke all the lows.
No,
Came
no,
back up.
like on this current hour.
On this current alley.
I would have just looking for a rebreak of the high there. Would have been up just 25, 30.
Yeah, that was insane. 2-minute candles were like 50 pips. 2 1-minute candles.
Yeah.
Nice. Clubhouse. That's private. That's the Zoom gang. And then if you join Wix's table, you get access also to the Sunday sessions. I'm gonna be changing stuff around once I have some time. I'll be changing stuff around.
I'm trying to figure out where your 24, 558 levels marked off of.
I'm gonna mark this off. might be off this 30. I think we weren't zoomed in. I don't remember. Okay.
Oh, the 5-minute level.
Yeah, it was a 5-minute level from here, but it's off. It's not a 5-minute level. This is where it was. It was a 15. It was off this. I remember looking at it, thinking to myself, now that I look at the 5 and the 15, I thought to myself, I should bring this up because the 5 is steeper here. But then I figured once we start getting closures, well, I'll be able to see if it closed above or not. You see that 5 didn't close above. It's so funny. I remember that moment like half hour ago in my head when I was like, I think I should bring this up because of the 5.
Yeah, I have my level just at that 5 wick.
No, I have it at the 5 body because look where the wicks come down to. The wicks tend to bounce off that area over here to come up. So if we're able to maintain price above here and then get a small, you don't even need a massive wick, just a small wick to that area, that'd be great to come up.
On the next 15 or 30.
On the next 15, but I'll tell you this, you might see it try to come up, fail, come back in range just to do the same exact drive. It'll come back, it'll range around 24, 23, back in range, and then as soon as London opens up, it'll finally do that. Like, right, a lot of times you'll get that just because there's not enough volume, not the move is wrong, right? Like, it's clean range up here, it just might not be the time yet because of timing. It may push, I don't know if it will push, it might, right? But a lot of times you'll see it do this, right? It'll give you that flip, but then eventually the candle will come down and you'll get that, you'll get it closing as something like this, right? And then for the next few hours you'll play around. 1 a.m. hits, right? Oh look, I see it just tried to drive, failed. And then 1 a.m. hits, it'll do the same exact thing it just did here. It'll close again above the range, but now that's volume time. You have enough volume to drive, and it'll do exactly what you're expecting now, but it'll just do it later. Because you have to understand, timing wise, you have to understand not just where you are, but when you are in the market. London's going to eat. It might be London, might range here through New York. It might just push now. We don't know. But if it doesn't push, I typically like to see it push during peak volume hours, right? And we're just past that. 8 to 10 is typically peak volume hours. Lately, the volume's been showing up a bit later, all the way up until 11, right? So in the next hour, I think, yeah, it can drive. But I think if it doesn't drive right now on this hourly, which means you need a closure above here on the 15 or the 30. Let me clear this. Right? And you need to leave a top wick like it's doing right now. And then you're going to need that flip. And then ideally it breaks the highs because you want a decent advantage point. So you want this top wick to be over 10 pips, right? It's roughly 10. So it'd be nicer if it could come up higher and then pull back. But even like this is good. Now you're looking where you can drive off of. Look where these wicks drive off of. 24, 23. If you can come down here, you see these wicks over here? Let's see if there's a level that we can identify where there's a closure. So right there, I think this would be a solid level. If you're able to come down for a bottom wick, this level gives you a lot of leeway when it comes to risk management right there, right? If we are able to get a bottom wick to this area, a flip will take you up. This area is a solid support off of which you drove before. It's also an area where if you're wrong, you'll get a chance to manage risk on a top wick of the next candle, right? So if you end up coming down like this, oops, in a bearish manner, and the candle does print bearish, right? You're below the range here, right? So you have optimal position to manage risk because you'll eventually make a top wick, right? So you'll see how it does that. if it starts coming back in range, you'll end up seeing a support formed in these areas on a smaller time frame. If it's not to drive right now, if it is to drive right now, great. It creates bottom wick, comes up, flips, you take it. But if not, then you can look for entries in these areas as it finds support to eventually start coming back up. Sorry for the wrong color, but you get what I mean. If it's not, like I said, volume wise, if it comes back in range by 1 a.m. or by 2 a.m. it's likely to do the same thing over once it closes above. And at that point, you should be more confident in it, understanding that finally we have volume and it's doing that, and there's clean range to the left. And now if you get that bottom wick, you probably get a bottom wick entry just to optimize, your position and, have better risk management on it. Understanding that it's volume time where the market should drive. Knock, knock. What you mean, knock, knock? Javier, you been playing soccer, bro? Playing Fortnite? Pizza delivery. Cable guy. Pizza, pizza. Mwah. Mwah. I could sleep now with 80 pips. Congrats. Awesome. Yeah, I think I'm going to call it here. One trade in the morning, one trade in the evening, and we are a happy bunch. The 15 just closed here. 15's closed above. You want a bottom wick. Bottom wick to at least 2424.85, at least to this yellow line. Optimally to 2423 areas. If it starts coming up right now, you can then slowly shift over to the 30. Look for that closure. Look for 5s to close here. Maybe get a bottom wick on a 5 instead of a 15 or a 30 and then come up, right? So start watching it on the small time frames all the way up to the 30. But yeah, I'm gonna call it a session here, gang. Because you must be interested by the hang. What? I have no idea what you're talking about. No. Hey, Rona. How you misspell Aaron? How you do that, bro?
Hey, Aaron, where are you?
He misspelled Aaron.
Yo, quick question before we dip out. So on your 250 Apex, you said you were using 4 contracts?
4.
Or 4 lot?
Yes. Oh, yeah, 4 contracts. That's it. And it is.
So one loss would be account blown.
What?
So one loss would be account blown.
What do you mean?
Because
You get 6,000 of drawdown.
yeah. So 150 pips.
No, well, I'm not trading it like that. No, I'm managing risk differently. I'm not sitting there for 150 pip drawdown. I'm also entering positions, like pretty high quality positions. I haven't seen any positions where I'd be questioning myself. Like the 4-hour entry that never comes back to the flip that we've taken off the rip. I haven't done that. Right, where I've needed the last 2 pineapples, my last 2 losses were that 4-hour entry. The last 2 losses, which was like in the last 3-4 months. That's what we had. I mean, they've been, and the last 2 big losses, the only 2 big losses I think I have in last year it's been a 4-hour entry. It's been an off the rip 4-hour entry that never comes back to the flip. I haven't really taken that. I've taken the bottom wicks on those 4 hours. So I'm a lot more in tune. Also, if I start seeing that drawdown, my closures are a bit different. As soon as I get a closure against me back in the range, I'd probably close and then wait for it to set up again. You don't journal? No, I don't journal. Okay, you have this. It's interesting. Look at where we've come down now with this bottom wick.
The volume completely dipped though.
Like I truly think this isn't the time to drive. I think even if it comes up, it's not gonna drive. It'll come right back down. I think this is one of those times where, wait for London. But like, this is a great bottom wick. You just broke the previous 1 hour, I'm sorry, previous 5 low back into the range. You've tapped this 24 level we were talking about. That, yeah, that 15 closed above. Where was this level that we spoke about? Hold on. Go to the 5.
That
right
5
there.
closed respecting 2.
Yeah. If this was to tap here. Wait. Yeah, I don't know if we can take the 5 flip, but if it was to tap this, I think a rebreak of the highs would be solid. The thing is, if it's to tap this, it's not likely to come back up there when it's out of volume times. It's likely to hang around here and then, you know, do that. But this is lovely. That's a great bottom wick on the 15. No bottom wick on the hourly though, right? And the previous 4-hour closed bearish. But if you wait till 1 a.m. for another 2 to 3 hours, the 4-hour will close bullish, not like the previous. The 1 hour will have a bottom wick because you'll have the next hourly and the next hourly that'll create a bottom wick here, right? So if you close like this by 1 a.m., once again, after going through all of this, right? Not every time frame is lining up right now, but if we go through all of this, right? And then eventually close back up here by 1 a.m. At that point, the 4 hours lined up, the 1 hour's lined up, the 30, everything will be lined up at this point where, you know, it's just bottom wick. I would say not everything is lined up just yet. Previous 4-hour closed bearish, current 1 hour doesn't have a bottom wick. But it can drive because, you know, the 15 is pretty nice here. The 5's pretty nice. The 30 hasn't closed yet. The 30 could close back in range. So you see how I use logic to see what makes sense, what wouldn't make sense, and find the better opportunity, which logically would make sense after the 4-hour close. Right? Put yourself in a position to succeed. Place yourself where good luck can find you, and good luck can find you when, you know, when the probability is on your side, when you have a better probability, which means when all the time frames line up, it's a better probability or a higher probability trade than when only some of the time frames line up. I think journaling is a winning activity. I think it's a winning habit. But I don't journal. So I'm not over here like, you must journal or you'll never win. Because, like, look, bro, I fucking smoke weed and I don't journal. And I'm fucking doing just fine. But then again,
I
that's
think the
just
important
me,
part, though,
you know
is
what I mean?
important part is you remember exactly your last 2 losses and what trades they were, why it happened.
I know the reasons for, like, I remember why. I don't know, like, the exact reason why it didn't go our way during those losses. I just know what they were, and I'm trying to, until I figure out like what I missed in those situations, I'm just not trying to even be involved in that. I'm like, I see it. I can't bring it to you guys and be like, is it this? No, it's just for me to see. I see it and I realize what's happening, and I gotta figure it out internally. And then bring it to you guys, not figure it out as a group here so we can all come to a consensus, because that's not how it works. There's no consensus in my head. It's just like there's going to be an experiment and it's going to either work or not work, and then I'll bring it to you. There won't be consent. This is a science, and there won't be consensus in science. There will be a experiment that'll let us know if something is or isn't. Important part is that you smoke weed. No, I'm just saying, like, I do all the things people tell you not to do. I do things I tell you not to do, right? But like, I'm still good. Just for the majority, it's probably like, I don't journal, but for the majority, I think it's a winning habit. Build winning habits, and they'll turn into, you know, winning ways, winning actions, winning results. But it's just like, that doesn't, like, you don't have to have every winning habit. You know, you make things your own.
The most important part, make things your own. Don't like copy everything word for word or think whatever. Always try to put your own twist to things to make it unique to yourself.
Well, to optimize it to yourself, right? Like you like.
That's why I don't take
your
some of Don's
screen
trades
is not
anymore.
the same as my screen. You optimize it for your own like resolution and sharpness. You got to optimize it for your own perspective. You know, you're coming from a different place than I am, so you have to optimize it for yourself. Like, yeah, we can have the same foundation, as I always say, but like, optimize your own plan for yourself where it fits you. It should be an individualized activity. Trading is an art, not a science. I'd say it's more of a science than an art, because like you need to be systemic, and systems are only in systems come in science, equations, systems, right? And you know, you need to have a systematic approach to the charts. You can't come here impulsive. It's definitely a science, more of a science. Like, it doesn't matter how you win, whether it's pretty or ugly. You gotta win, right? It does. Like, if this was an art form, then we'd all just put every indicator on here and make the shit look pretty. Just doesn't matter how, you know, how pretty or how ugly it is. Doesn't matter how it makes you feel. It doesn't matter. Numbers are numbers, and that's the only thing that matters here. Data, right? Whether it's your winning data, whether it's data for what's happening on the charts, or whether it's your proof of concept data, right? That it's been done before, and now you can utilize that data to do it again. Alright, gang. Let's finally call it. Wix explains so well too. Wix with a British accent. I got it. That's the only thing I can say. I got it. All you have to do is listen and execute. And don't listen to others. Ignore the noise. And remember, if people are talking about you, it's probably because they don't have the privilege to talk to you, right? So tune out the noise and do you. Help yourself. Gang, that's my time. I'll see the Zoom gang. Oh, Javier, what's up, man? Let's say hello to you. How are you? Let's say hello and goodbye. Javier about to be like, bless you, bro. Just run.
Yo, it doesn't fail. My wife sees it every day. As soon as I turned on the computer, bro, and I logged in, she was like, "Achoo!" And I was like,
she's allergic to your trading, bro. She's allergic to these runners. That's crazy. All right, well, yeah, let's call it here. Zoom gang, I'll see you guys in the clubhouse. And everyone else, I'll see you guys live here on YouTube tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern, same time, same place. Make sure you drop a like before you dip, sub to the channel, go follow the IG, turn on your notifications, do all those fun things that you need to do, and be active in the chat if you want to become a mod. By the way, mods, thank you so much for another great evening. Thank you so much for hanging out. You guys are some real ones. As I've already mentioned, chat, I'll see you guys tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern.
Yo, leave a like.
What was that?
Yo, leave a like. We got 30 likes.
Yeah, I see like 18, but I was at number 18, so like it stops for me when that happens. Right? Oh, I'm sorry, I see 15. Not even. Yeah, get the likes up, chat. That's like 3/4 of the stream already dipped, so all good. All right, chat, love and wisdom to you all. As for me, my time is up, and you know the deal. Just like that, another Asian session is in the books. Good night, everybody.